Hi, my name is Ying Gao and welcome to Dr. Gao's classroom. I'm a professional philosopher and I love classical Chinese poetry. I have been teaching and translating classical Chinese poetry for the last few years with a colleague of mine. I would love to share my knowledge on the subject with you. Your enjoyment is my command. Today, I'm going to introduce a rather unique poet. He was not only one of the best poets in Chinese history, but also a king of one of the kingdoms set up after the collapse of the Great Tang Dynasty. His name was Li Yu, the third and the last king of the kingdom known as Nan Tang, or the Southern Tang, located in today's Jiangsu and Zhejiang provinces, as indicated by the red star in this map. Li Yu was extremely talented in arts. His poems are among the very best poems composed in Chinese literary history. Many of his poems become lyrics of popular songs today. I'll list a few videos of the songs using his poems as lyrics down below in the comment section. He was also a great calligrapher and a painter. This is one of his survived calligraphy pieces, wrote on a painting he collected when he was the king. I could not find any of his painting. I believe none of his paintings survived today. If you are new to my channel, please check out my other videos on classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, or medical literature. If you like the content of these videos, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on these subjects. If you would like to read the original text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Now, let's talk about the king Li Yu. Li Yu was born in 937 AD, 30 years after the fall of the Great Tang Dynasty. By this time, the Tang Empire had been carved up into many small kingdoms who were constantly fighting against each other. This was the notorious Wu Dai Si Guo period, meaning the 5 dynasties and the 10 kingdoms. During the 53 years between the fall of the Tang Dynasty and the establishment of the Shang Dynasty, Zhongyuan, or the Middle Plain along the Yellow River, 5 dynasties had risen and fallen. Around the plain, many small kingdoms were set up only to be taken down by other kingdoms. Li Yu's grandfather set up a small kingdom in the delta of the Yangtze River and claimed that he was a descendant of a prince of the Great Tang Dynasty, hence named his kingdom as Tang. Historians have renamed this kingdom as Nan Tang, or the Southern Tang, to distinguish it from the Great Tang Dynasty and another kingdom who also called themselves Tang in the north, which was renamed as the Hou Tang or Later Tang. By the time Li Yu assumed the throne in 961 AD, the founding emperor of the Shang Dynasty, Zhao Kuang-yin, had usurped the crown from the young emperor of the Houzhou or Later Zhou and established the Shang Dynasty in the north for a year. From 962 to 978 AD, Zhao Kuang-yin conquered one kingdom after another from the south to the north. In 975 AD, Li Yu surrendered to the Shang, and in 978 AD, the last kingdom of Wu Yue Guo, or the kingdom of Wu Yue, surrendered to the Shang. Once again, China was a united empire as the Song Dynasty, which lasted 317 years. The Nan Tang, or the kingdom of the Southern Tang, lasted 38 years and was able to avoid most of the wars going on in the north. so it was relatively stable and maintained a prosperous economy. Art such as poetry, painting, and music flourished in the kingdom. Its poetry, music, and visual art had a huge influence on the poets and artists of the Shang and the later dynasties. Many poets and artists of the later dynasties followed the tradition established during the Tang Dynasty and maintained by the Southern Tang Kingdom. Here is one of the best survived paintings from the time. It was a huge scroll of paintings of the lavish life enjoyed by the officials of the Southern Tang Kingdom. Li Yu had 5 older brothers, so he never thought he would have any chance to be the king, and he was not interested in power anyway. He was a kind but somewhat sentimental person who was simply not fit to be a king. He loved poetry, music, and painting and was very good at them since very young. Unfortunately, all his older brother died and he was made the king when his father passed away in 961 AD. During the 15 years of his reign, Li Yu composed many beautiful poems celebrating his love for his queen and other activities in his palace. He was a great poet, but apparently not a competent king. When his kingdom was attacked by the Shang army, his military force was defeated and he surrendered to the Shang army. After he surrendered to the Shang, he was given the title of Wei Ming Hou, or Marquis Wei Ming, and lived for another 3 years until he was poisoned by the second Shang Emperor Zhao Guangyi in 978 AD. What a tragedy! The poem that I'm going to read today, I believe, was composed before he was made the king. Now, let me read the poem in Chinese first. 一重山，两重山，山远天高烟水寒，相思枫叶丹。菊花开，菊花残，塞雁高飞人未还，一帘风月闲。Now, let's look at the first part of the poem. 一重山，两重山，山远天高烟水寒，相思枫叶丹。一 means one. 重 literally means layer, but here it is used as a word for measurement unit. This feature is quite unique in Chinese. Almost all nouns in Chinese have measurement units with them, which can be quite confusing for English speakers. For instance, you can't say a bed as 一床. You have to say 一张床. You can't say a mountain as 一山. You have to say 一座山, unless the sun is used as the measurement unit, as in the case of 一山风雨, or the wind and rain that covers a mountain. 重 here is used as the measurement unit of layer, meaning layers of mountains. But a layer of mountain reads funny in English, so David and I translate it as range, as in the case of mountain range in the 3rd line. But in the first 2 lines, we just omit the measurement unit. 山 means mountain, 两 means 2, 重 means layer, and 山 means mountain again. 山 means mountain again. 远 means far away. 天 means sky. 高 means high. 烟 means mist. 水 means river. 寒 means cold. 相思 means love sickness. 枫 means maple. 叶 means leaf. 丹 means crimson. So the 4 lines read: 1 mountain, two mountains, separated by many range of sky-high mountains and misty cold rivers. My love sickness tints the maple leaves crimson. 菊花开，菊花残，塞雁高飞人未还，一帘风月闲。菊花 refers to chrysanthemum. Kai means blue. 菊 refers to chrysanthemum again. 花 means flower. 残 means wither. 塞 means frontier. 雁 means geese. 高 means high. 飞 means fly. 人 literally means person, but here it refers to the lady's lover. So we translated it as my love. 未 means has not. 还 means return. 一 means one. 帘 means curtain. 风 means wind. 月 means moonlight. 闲 means leisurely. So the four lines read, chrysanthemum bloom, chrysanthemum wither. Geese from the frontiers fly over high, yet my love has not returned. It's only the curtains swinging in the moonlight. This poem starts by setting the scene of two lovers separated by many range of mountains and rivers. It is also clear that it assumes a woman's voice telling us how much she misses her love. From the second part of the poem, we learned that her love was probably a soldier or a general fighting at the northern frontier, and that she has been waiting for him from the autumn to the spring, because chrysanthemum bloom at autumn and the geese from the frontier migrate to the south during the spring. It is clear from the poem that she is counting the days when she watches the chrysanthemum bloom and then wither, and then the geese fly overhead. I suspect that her love was sent to a war rather than defending the border because, as I mentioned in my video about the cultural significance of autumn, the autumn is the season to raise a military campaign during Imperial China, and the war usually finishes by the early winter. Another suspicion is that her love might already died since he hasn't come home by spring. The last line of the poem reads, so sad that it brings tears to my eyes. The curtain swings by the wind and she thinks it is her love entering the room. But it was only the moonlight shines on the curtain. What is implied by this scene is quite chilling. The ancient Chinese believed that when someone dies, his or her soul would travel long distance to inform his or her loved ones, often by a sign like a wind or a mist suddenly appears in front of their loved ones. Here the lady in the poem is missing her love, and then the curtain swings, indicating he might just died. How sad. Okay, this is for today. I'm going to start a new series about poetry, wine, and philosophy soon. As you might already know, many of the Chinese poets of Imperial China were fond of wine, and they also loved to compose poems about their fondness of wine. Poets such as Li Bai and Du Fu, as well as many other poets, composed beautiful poems about their fun time drinking wine. I have been doing research with David on this topic for more than 3 years. So I would certainly have a lot of poems to share with you. If you're new to my channel, please check out my other videos on classical Chinese poetry, philosophies, or medical literature. If you like the contents of these videos, please click the like button and subscribe my channel. I also offer one-to-one online lessons on this subject. If you would like to read the original text with me, please contact me. Here's my email address. Thanks for watching my video. I'll see you next time.